I quit doing one thing and it changed my entire financial life. I was in my early 20s. My wife was in credit card debt. I was totally broke and I was trying to figure it out. And I read this one book and it had a really big idea. I'd never heard it before. And it's something that you probably haven't heard before. It's something you aren't taught in Harvard Business School and Yale Business School, but it actually changed my entire life and made me a millionaire before I turned 30 years old. And if you quit this one thing, it will bring a lot of money into your life. My name is Jake with JakeDucey.com, and let's dive right into this. So the book that I read is called Fast Lane Millionaire by MJ DeMarco. And what he says is that a lifestyle servitude is the most destructive factor to happiness. He says that jobs suck because they're rooted in limited leverage and limited control. Sure, you can have a great job and a fun one too, but in the scope of wealth, they limit both leverage and control, two things desperately needed if you want wealth. So he talks about the fast lane, which is how you get rich in a quick or reasonable period of time, and the slow lane, which is a lane that most people take and most people are promised, which ends up being paycheck to paycheck your whole life and then never actually being able to retire. We know now that the average retirement age is getting pushed back drastically. The slow lane is the path that gets you there, and it's the one that we're taught in our world. So it's broke down like this. Life servitude. So money equals options, money equals freedom. If you do not have money or you trade your time for money, then you have life servitude or lifestyle servitude. So lifestyle servitude is the rat race. That's what you do not want. And underneath it, we have uncontrolled, limited leverage. So you have lifestyle servitude if you have uncontrolled, limited leverage, which is you are trading your time for money. As you see on the very bottom here, this is you. That nice, cute little X, that's you. Up here is what you want. You want all those Benjamins right there, those dollar signs. Now, you see this line right here. And these are waves, so this is the bandwidth of your reality. You go up a little bit, do a little better, make a little bit more money, go back, and you stay in the same general pattern. This is statistically proven because most people, once they hit their adult years, they make about the same amount of money their entire life. And that is evidence in the fact that the average household income is about $50,000, $60,000 a year in America. And most people make about that every year. You see this line right here, it's called your income ceiling. So most people are on the wrong financial roadmap, so their income ceiling is limited because they have uncontrolled, limited leverage, which doesn't allow them to make more money because, guess what? It's uncontrollable and limited because when you're trading your time for money, you are limited to 24 hours and you cap your income ceiling unless you change your financial roadmap, which is what I did, and it changed my entire life. So one of the most important quotes from the whole book says, the idea that money can't buy happiness is misplaced. The question is whether more money buys you more than lifestyle servitude or not. Okay, so yeah, Jake, I want money, you might be saying. So what the heck do I do or stop doing? All right, so here is the equation. So the goal is what? The goal is freedom. The goal is to make and earn money in a way that gives you more leverage and thus more freedom and thus no more lifestyle servitude, no more rat race. What's the plan to accomplish that? It is controlled, unlimited leverage. Controlled, unlimited leverage. So you move through the checklist. And when I moved through the checklist, I was in my early 20s. What was I doing for a living? At the time, I was trying to be a college speaker. I had written a book and I was trying to be a high school, college, middle school, youth, whatever I could, a motivational speaker to kids and to other youth and students. So then I went through the checklist and I said, okay, I do not have any of this. What I have is uncontrollable, limited leverage. It's uncontrollable because other people say yes and no to me. The schools have to approve me. It has very little leverage because I'm trading my time for money. I'm charging a flat fee per hour or per multiple hours per half day to go speak. Now, this also includes me having to travel. So there's a huge additional time investment in addition to me trading my time directly for money, which has a ceiling. And as someone who is young and in their 20s, my range, my bandwidth of the amount of money that I can make, as we talked about earlier, your income earning ceiling, mine was very low and very limited. So you take inventory. What is my income earning ceiling here based off of the roadmap and my approach to earning money? Mine was very low. In addition to that, I had more problems, which was there's only certain times that school is booking. Now, school is of course out during summer, winter, but there's very limited bandwidths of time in which they actually hired motivational speakers. Take another check on my box. And now I'm in a scenario where I don't have a lot of leverage and I don't have a lot of control. So I reversed it and I said, okay, I need controlled, unlimited leverage. What am I gonna do? And I said, well, why don't I do YouTube? Why don't I make videos? Why don't, instead of trying to pitch myself like an actor, please book me for this movie, instead please book me for this motivational speech, why don't instead I put everything that I'm gonna do in an organized way on the internet? I can sell digital courses, I can write a bunch of books. Everything that I'm doing will now have controlled, unlimited leverage. I make a book once and I can sell it forever. I make a course once and I can sell it forever. I make a video once and people can watch it in Brazil and New York and Los Angeles and Canada and Europe 7 years from now, 7 months from now, and I make it once and the views can be exponential, whereas in a normal audience setting, I have a fixed cap on how much I'm making and there's only so many people that are there. So I changed my entire model of how I earned my money and I went to controlled, unlimited leverage, and then what happened was my income started growing exponentially because I started to do something different, which was invest my energy into something that brought less money immediately, but it set up a plan to raise my income ceiling by changing how I earned it, which gave me less lifestyle servitude and more freedom, which also gave me more leverage because I didn't have a fixed income on how much I could make once I built out my whole plan. Once I had numerous books, once I had numerous digital courses, once I had tons of videos out on YouTube and I get 1 million views on a YouTube video, I make more money in 1 month than I made in the previous year because I am not working directly for it, and that thing that I created can be purchased, sold, and offered to many people all at once from all over the world. Now, here's the kicker. You can build controlled, unlimited leverage with anything. For example, I once interviewed a woman that was in college. She needed some extra money, so she started cleaning dorm rooms. It got so successful that she had to hire dozens of other people to clean those dorms. It turned into a multi-million-dollar business. So what did she do? She was trading her time directly for money, but instead she started to offer a service that was unlimited in its leverage. You can do this for massage work, Massage Envy. You could trade your time for $30 an hour for a massage, or like Massage Envy did, you could build massage places all over the world and you could train other masseuses, and all of a sudden you have unlimited leverage. So the question is, how can I build or start to do things that offer me a higher income earning ceiling? And how can I stop trading my time directly for money and replace it with value? Now, in order to do this, you have to go from being a consumer to being a producer. I had to go from just consuming books to writing books, just consuming videos to producing videos. You have to go from just consuming to actually producing. And here's what MJ DeMarco has to say in The Fast Lane Millionaire. He says, instead of digging for gold, sell shovels. Instead of taking a class, offer a class. Instead of borrowing money, lend it. Instead of taking a job, hire for jobs. Instead of taking a mortgage, hold a mortgage. Break free from consumption, switch sides, and reorient to the world as a producer. And when you produce things of value, whether it's that you help people in accounting, whether you help people in real estate, whether you help people with massage work, whether you help people with their investing, when you provide value and that you do it in a scalable way instead of directly trading your time for money infinitely, what happens is instead of the slow lane that we're promised, which is get this job, do this thing, and if you do it 9 to 5, pretty much every day for 50 years, you're gonna retire one day, and one day you're gonna be a millionaire, which takes into account a false assumption that you're gonna live forever, and that when you're old, you're gonna have enough health to even enjoy your money. And third, that it's even gonna work out. But instead, if you take your value and that you implement controlled unlimited leverage by offering that product or service in a scalable and creative way that provides value and solves other people's problems and needs, what ends up happening is you shave that 50 years into 5 years, into 10 years, into 3 years, because you give yourself the opportunity for unlimited leverage by moving from an employee mindset to a producer mindset. And when you produce in a world where everyone else is consuming, you move off of the rat race and you find out there's very little competition and there's a lot of money waiting, because a lot of people need their problems and they need their needs to be solved. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. When I stopped doing that and I changed my entire way of how I approached the idea of money, my goals, my work, my career, my dreams, my whole life changed. So if this video speaks to you, be sure you get my free success hypnosis. It's right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com, right there down below. You can work hard, you can change your strategy, but if your entire belief system is set up and programmed negatively about money, you will always repel it from your life. And I created a free success hypnosis to reprogram your subconscious mind and to start to program your unconscious beliefs to start to create money rather than repel it. And the results have been amazing. About 1 million people from all over the world have used it, and every day I get these amazing stories of people saying they attracted a bunch of money, got a new job, new clients, and you can use it for free. It's right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's pinned to the comments and in the description right there down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, bell notification. You can give me a comment right there down below and let me know what you think of it. Have an absolutely beautiful day. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you on the next one.